Hello, my friends. I hope you're having a lovely day. And today, we are taking a look at the Stranger 3, God darn it, Stranger Things 3 video game, which came out on the Switch July 4th, 2019, and it's obviously based on the Stranger Things series, but in particular the third season, which also launched on July 4th, 2019. I skipped some of the story because I'm trying not to avoid I'm trying to avoid spoilers for you guys. This is my Darn it, this is my first time playing it. You're seeing the very beginning of the game. So I don't know what's going on here. As far as gameplay, I don't know what I'm going to do. I played the Stranger Things... I played the Stranger Things mobile game, which I actually really liked. I enjoyed it a lot. But I don't know what to expect from this one, because I know it's a little bit different. But I felt like this was the perfect time to play, because it's all Stranger Things going on right now. People are excited about the new season and checking that out, and I'm sure plenty of you have already made your way through it. I heard that this game had spoilers for, it follows the storyline pretty much of the third season, so it has spoilers in that sense. And I was like, well, thankfully I found that out before I started playing the game, because I was like, I'm just gonna go do what it tells me to do. I don't want to spoil the season for me. I want to, watch the show, and then I can play the game and see what unique things it does, based on where the show goes, and what kind of missions it creates based on that. But it's been all Stranger Things for me lately as far as entertainment. I've just been on overload, because not only did I finished the third season in 2 days, and I watched 4 episodes a day. There's only 8 episodes. I think that's less than previous seasons, but man, did I really enjoy it. Don't worry, I'm not going to talk about spoilers as far as storyline stuff in the series goes, because I want to avoid spoilers. As I said on a post on our Patreon, I had someone spoil. I was talking to my fiance, and I was talking about, I really want to watch Stranger Things. I don't know when I'm going to do it. And she's like, you should probably do it before things get spoiled for you. And she made me instantly nervous. And I was like, oh my god, I got to do it before people spoil it for me. Just like she said, it's going to happen. So, working on Go Nintendo, it's hard to avoid spoilers, just because I'm on Twitter and all over the internet. And unfortunately, there are jerks who spoil things in comment sections for, things that are completely unrelated to Stranger Things. So I was like, I gotta be careful. I don't want that to happen. This button requires power, yes. So I was doing my best to avoid that stuff, and of course somebody spoiled it for me. And it's something completely unrelated. It wasn't directed at me, but someone just left a giant spoiler in the comments, and I was like, I was working so hard. And it actually happened like when I had watched, I think it was right after I had watched the first 4 hours, or the first 4 episodes. So I was like halfway done, and I thought I was being really good with avoiding spoilers and all that stuff. But nope, I got spoiled, which sucks. As far as spoilers go for this season, I feel like it was the biggest spoiler it could have been, which is very disappointing. But, it is what it is. Unfortunately, it happens a lot with when I'm covering the site, just because, like I said, I'm all over the internet, and people like to be jerks. But I'm not like, it's spoiled, I'm not going to play the game, or I'm not going to watch the show, because there's, plenty of other stuff I wanted to know what was going on, and I'm interested in the series. I'm not going to let one internet guy just ruin it for me. So I've been watching the show, I wanted to play the game, and I'm also reading the comic series, which has been phenomenal. There's only 2 issues so far, but man, do I really like it. Looks like, I don't think... Okay. Yeah, the comic series has really blown me away. I just am so impressed with it. It doesn't follow the story of Stranger Things as far as like the the show or the game, it does its own thing. There was a prequel Stranger Things comic, or not prequel, I guess it was a side story that took a look at nails. That took a look at what happened to. Oh, I'm terrible with characters' names. It took a look at whatever happened to the kid in the first season who got taken into the Upside Down. And, you know, for most of the season, you didn't really see him outside of like just a few scenes in the Upside Down when he was like running around and hiding, and the Demogorgon was trying to get him and all that stuff. So the comic tells the whole story of like what happens to him, what he's doing in the Upside Down, and it's fascinating. I just really, and as far as I know, it's canon. I just really like that they gave you something that like let you see what happened with him while he was over there. I love it. But now there's a whole new. Can I do this now? There's a whole new. Sorry, I'm sure some of this is like very frustrating to watch me do, because I'm trying to talk to you guys, and I'm like half reading what's being said, because I figure I could struggle my way through it. So swap characters. Let's go. So yeah, the comic book now is a prequel, and the prequel will show you what happened with like all the other characters that are like 11, which we saw some of in. Can you stay here? You saw in the second season there were a whole bunch of characters that were involved that were like 11 but had different abilities and stuff like that. To tell you the truth, I don't remember what they did in that second season. I remember all of them, but I don't remember what their powers were specifically. But anyway, you get to meet another character that you know, is part of the program that 11 was, but cannot do the same thing. Let that guy pass. You got it. And it's about her getting sucked up into the program and how she doesn't want to be part of the program. And there's just a whole interesting range of characters. Man, I really like it. It's really impressed me with like the storytelling and how it feels like it's part of the universe. Because, you know, going from a TV show to a comic book series, there's going to have to be some things that'll need to be changed, and obviously the action is going to have to be handled differently and all that. But boy, oh boy, it's been really interesting. So I'm like on a real study the two largest posters. Okay, two largest. That looks like a big one. So I've just been on like overload with Stranger Things, but I'm loving it. And you know, whenever you stream, nah, I want the other guy. Whenever you stream, I want a baseball bat over a slingshot. Whenever you stream a series and you wrap it up, it's you feel that hole that's like, where do I go? What do I watch now? What do I do? I wasn't like ready for. I can't open this. Yes, I wasn't ready for the series to end. And I'm like, I want more Stranger Things, but thankfully I had already had the comic series, and the prequel comic series, or the side story comic series to work through. So I've been doing that, and it's been more than filling the void. And now that I finished the series, I have or finished the, you know, third season, I have this game to play through as well. I can play through. Whoop, 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 whoop. I have the game to play through as well, which lets me relive some of the events in the series. Oh boy. Well. Oh boy. This guy. Holy moly, that guy can take a hit. Well, I guess I am a little kid with a baseball bat, but I feel like one or two hits in the head would have taken me down. But yeah, when I'm done with this game and I'm done with the comics will be going on for a while. I know it's telling me where to go, but I'm ignoring it. I'm gonna be sad because I'm gonna be like, now what do I do? Because who the hell knows when there's. Without spoiling anything, and I don't think anyone will be surprised to hear this, there's going to be another season of the Stranger Things TV show. But who the hell knows when that's going to come out? I don't think there's some big surprise where they're like, surprise, we filmed it all already, and it's coming out in 6 months. So I'm going to need some Stranger Things to hold me over. So hopefully the comics, and this game's not going to last as long, obviously, but hopefully the comics do their job. I love when there's things Whatever process continuously. I love when there's things that expand a universe of a franchise, and obviously Stranger Things is huge. Like, very, very popular for Netflix, and one of their biggest series, and has a very big following. And depending on what the movie or medium is, I'm not like hard to please really when it comes to content. I'm not too picky. I'm not someone who like looks at something like Stranger Things and I'm like, well, how did they do this in this little amount of time, or how did they do that with these people here? And there's certainly movies and franchises where I feel like those things can be explored, but Stranger Things I feel like is, while I don't mean it as a knock in any way, I feel like it's more of a popcorn series. You watch it for fun and character interactions and action moments, and there are certainly things to analyze and figure out and discuss, but you're not supposed to go like very deep or get into all sorts of philosophical conversations about it or anything like that. It's just a bit of popcorn fun, and something like Back to the Future or something like that. There's certainly plenty of great discussions to have there, but there are plot holes and there are issues, but it doesn't take from my enjoyment of it. So that's what I get out of Stranger Things. Similar to, Marvel movies. There's certainly, I love the Marvel movies. I think they're fantastic. I have a ton of fun with them. But, there's things to pick apart, but those things don't ruin the experience for me. I just have fun with it. So, yeah, I really loved Stranger Things. All right. Let's end it there. This seems like a good spot to end. Thanks for watching and putting up with my fumbling through this game. And if you'd like to see me play more of it, where I actually pay more attention to the game and talk about that while I'm playing, let me know. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting. It's very much appreciated. Huge thank you to our Patreon supporters. You can get a link to that in the comments below. And I will see you in the next video.